Okay, so this is a really good topic for women, especially. And that is stop blaming your hormones for weight gain. And I'm dead serious about this. And I'm going to really strip this down, peel back the onion for each and every single one of you who are thinking this, which I totally get it. I'm 40 years old. Obviously, hormones change as well as you're getting older. But this is all based on the fact of your environmental factors. And that's what we're going to really dig into today. Because I've spoke with a lot of women who come into the gym, who are looking really into our programs and who are sharing, okay, so used to be this weight and I was really active, and then all of a sudden I hit 50 and I just gained all this weight. But when I really started peeling back like how that it led to that, it was more so into undereating, overeating, or the foods that they were choosing, lack of activity. There was always a life situation that caused that. But there's also women I know who I spoke with who eat very healthy. They're sharing with me everything that they ate. They eat super healthy, great and clean, stuff that grows out of the ground, whatever. But the biggest thing was I noticed with them was that they were still under eating. And so this is what I'm going to break down for you, because this is not about hormones, okay? Because under eating is known as like caloric restriction or severe energy deficit. And this can have really bad effects on the hormones in the body. And so here's some ways of how undereating can impact the hormone levels. And with the women that I spoke with, the ones who are eating healthy and even not eating as healthy, this played a role. A lot of it had to do with under eating. Even if they had one meal a day and it was shit. So a lot of it led up to the same similar problem, which explains why their hormones are the way they are. We don't realize how much we have to eat. So the first thing is leptin. So leptin is a hormone produced by fat cells that help regulate hunger and energy balance. So basically, when you undereat, your fat stores decrease, leading to the reduction in leptin levels. So low levels of leptin can increase appetite, and it signals the body that it is in a state of energy deprivation. Okay, so that's pretty much what happens with this. Also, insulin. Okay, this is a big one. Insulin is responsible for regulating blood sugar levels. So in cases of severe undereating, insulin levels may decrease due to limited intake of carbohydrates or calories, right? So low insulin levels can affect energy metabolism, so it slows down your metabolism pretty much, and it leads to low blood sugar levels, which can lead to hypoglycemia, which I've heard this with women as well too. Like later on in the day, they just feel uneasy, they feel lightheaded and stuff like that. So it can definitely do this. Thyroid, okay, this is huge. I've commonly heard this with thyroid issues. When you have thyroid issues, it is major inflammation in the body. So when you're under eating, it can cause major inflammation in the body and causes the production and function of your thyroid hormones, such as the T3 or T4 ones, to play a crucial role, and they regulate metabolism. So they help with energy expenditure and they help with body temperature. So when you undereat, it actually like reduces the production of that. And it slows down the thyroid hormone production as a way to conserve energy. So that's what happens to the thyroid. Reproductive hormones. So this is huge. This can really affect your reproductive hormones. Severe undereating can disrupt the production of reproductive hormones, such as estrogen and testosterone. A lot of women, especially men who I talk to, are very low in testosterone. And testosterone is very uber important for fat loss. It's uber important for helping regulate your levels as well. And the biggest thing too is in women, reduced energy availability can lead to menstrual irregularities. So your periods could be super crazy, okay? It can also cause absence of menstruation as well, which can happen with menopause, right? So in men, undereating can lower the testosterone levels. And this can really affect the fertility and sexual function of men as well. And this can cause major inflammation into the body also, and can cause major weight gain in with this as well. The next thing, which I'm sure you guys have heard of, is cortisol. So undereating and chronic calorie restriction, it drives me nuts when people share with me they're on this diet. It was 800 calories. It just drives me nuts. I don't know how people do that. But anyways, the chronic calorie restriction can trigger an increase in cortisol levels. Sorry, when you're not eating, it increases your cortisol levels, okay? Cortisol can sit right into your stomach, all right? Cortisol is a stress hormone that helps the body mobilize energy reserves. And elevated cortisol levels can have various effects on the body, including muscle breakdown, reduce immune function, and increase abdominal fat inside of your midsection. And I've seen this a lot, especially with women and with men, right? So just know that it is important that the hormonal effects of undereating can vary depending on the duration, which the duration for most women is prolonged periods, and the severity of the calorie restriction though too. So short-term calorie deficits can be tolerated by the body, but it can only be tolerated for a short amount of time. And the biggest thing is when you restrict foods, it can have significant impact on your hormone levels, your metabolism, and your overall health. So that's the biggest thing is when I sit down with these women, especially, and I'm talking to them and they're blaming the hormones. Yes, your hormones are affecting it, but it's because of your environment. It's because of whatever you have changed or you have not implemented since starting your regimen, or continued on with your regimen to change the results with what you're currently doing though too. What we don't realize is we actually have to eat more than we think, right? So I eat an average like 2,000 to 2,200 calories because my body's constantly burning. I hit at least 10,000 steps a day. And in order to have like decreased fat loss, you need to add more wood to the fire. Guess what happens when you don't add wood to the fire? It blows out, right? Or coal to a running engine of the old trains, right? They need that heat to run. So does your body. Your body needs food and it needs that heat to run, and it needs to use that for energy. So quit blaming your hormones. Okay? That's all I got.